Friends, the 54th GST Council meeting has just concluded and there are more than 25 changes on various procedures, rates and clarifications on various issues under GST. We will discuss this in a detailed webinar tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the evening. The link for joining this webinar, where we will discuss clause by clause on all the recommendations by the 54th GST Council meeting, is provided in the video and the link below. In this video, we will discuss on 10 major recommendations which would impact all the taxpayers or certain specific and critical sectors. First and foremost is for the metal industry, wherein a long-standing demand, more than 1.5–2 years old demand of the metal manufacturers like steel, lead, etc. have been accepted by the GST Council meeting, and the supply of metal scrap in B2B trade is subject to now 2% TDS and under RCM. So there was an issue of fake invoicing whereby the metal scrap dealers would not pay the GST to the government, and the beneficiaries, that are the manufacturers, would have to bear the brunt of such fake invoicing or evasion in GST. Now, by bringing the supply of metal scrap under RCM and bringing 2% TDS on B2B trade, the GST Council meeting in the 54th meeting has tried to resolve this issue of fake invoicing, as well as they can track the supply of metal scrap and the supply chain across the country. However, for unregistered supply to the registered dealers also, RCM has to be paid by the registered dealer from rupee 1, irrespective of whether the unregistered dealer has crossed the threshold or not. Related party transactions for foreign airlines on import of services from their foreign holding or branch companies have been exempted from GST. You might see the media articles, and over the last 1 month or so, there was news of various foreign airlines getting GST notices on this account. However, a more interesting clarification which is provided in the press release on a query from a reporter by the honorable officers of the GST Council meeting is that the related party transactions and other import of services, even by other sectors like IT companies. We all know that an IT company has recently got a 32,000 crore GST demand notice. So these IT companies also importing services from related party when no consideration is involved would not be liable to GST as clarified under Circular 210 of June 2024. Also, as per the amended Rule 28, it is our view that related party transaction where recipients had got the full input tax credit, where the transaction is without a consideration, should not come under GST after Circular 210/199 and amendment to Rule 28. Two amnesty schemes under GST. First, under Section 128A on Section 73 notices and waiver of interest and penalty by paying the tax amount thereto would commence from 1st of November 2024, and the last date of payment of tax under the amnesty scheme would be 31st of March 2025. So the taxpayers who want to go under amnesty scheme, even if they have got Section 74 notices, may work on these timelines. You might go through our video on the amnesty scheme in our YouTube channel. The other waiver scheme under 16(4) would be on a basis of rectifications of the section 16(4) orders for taking input tax credit for the first 3 years of GST, which was time barred. So if you have got section 16(4) orders for barring input tax credit for limitation, you have to get your orders rectified and the procedures would be clarified in the circulars which would be issued going forward. Sectoral issues. First, real estate, big relief. Preferred location charges would now be taxed as per the construction services rate. So in case the rate on construction services is 1.5%, preferential location charges would be treated as a composite supply of construction services and would be taxed as per the GST rate on construction of services. The second issue and clarification in real estate is that renting of commercial properties from unregistered to registered person would be brought under RCM. So the registered person would need to pay GST on it and take the input tax credit to the extent and in case allowable to the registered person. However, if the renting of commercial properties is provided from unregistered to unregistered person, no GST would be leviable. Goods transport agents services are many of the times disputed, wherein the GTAs are providing various services which are ancillary to the transportation services like loading, unloading, packaging, unpackaging, and even, and please mark my words, temporary warehousing services. All of these services, if provided as ancillary and as a composite service to the GTA service and along with the GTA service and charged on the same invoice as per GTA service, where the GTA provides a consignment note, would be treated at the same rate of 5 or 12% as per the goods transport agent services under GST. Many of the field officers were taking a view that 18% would be leviable on these services. Again, certain composite services like meter reading services, meter changing services, testing services, etc., provided by transmission and distribution companies and utilities, where the principal supply of transmission and distribution of electricity is exempt, the ancillary services would also be exempt as composite supply of transmission and distribution services. Many of the universities were getting notices, as has been reported in the media, on the services performed by them on a quid pro quo basis with the funds received for research and development. It has been clarified that such institutions which are registered under section 35(1) of the Income Tax Act would not be liable to pay GST. However, these would be only income tax registered or government institutions. For the private institution, it seems from the council meeting minutes that they still continue to be non-exempt. The notification ensuing would need to be read in detail to get a full clarity on this. And last, on the procedural aspect, the B2C invoicing would come under e-invoicing going forward on a certain slab or over a threshold of B2C invoices value. Invoice management system wherein the recipient would have to accept, reject or leave the invoice pending before they travel to their GSTR 2B would come into effect from October 2024. The RCM ledger would also come into effect from October 2024. We would discuss all these threadbare tomorrow, and going forward we would issue videos and release videos threadbare discussing on all these aspects. So for the time being, thank you very much for watching this video. Stay tuned. Please do like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you very much.